Hi all, this is Jan of the Jan Files. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I hope you will do that so we can grow this together. I want to focus right now, tonight, or today, whatever the hell, on Epstein. Because obviously with all the horror that is happening, it's easily and understandably necessary to focus on what's going on in Minneapolis when you have Americans being murdered by their government. And so we are able to multitask. So let's first grasp and embrace that, because yes, we can be horrified. We can do what we can for standing up and talking about Minneapolis, but we cannot forget Epstein. And so what I want to tell you today is that the Justice Department came out and said, oh, we're going to get you those files soon. Is basically what they said, which is a lot of nonsense, a lot of hogwash. All they do is lie. They're not the Department of Justice, as you all know. The problem is that sometimes the Democrats still treat them like that, right? They act as if there's some norms in place. And they're getting better. I will say that. They're getting better, but that's not enough. Because last week, the Oversight Committee, represented by the Democrats, was told by a judge that they had no standing in order to get a special master in place to review the files. They were told they could bring a lawsuit. Now, I don't know. If there's a lawyer out there, tell me how long they can take. I think I might have said this before. I don't know. But anyway, the point is there is a lack of urgency here. There's real lack of urgency. And while I understand that the urgency about what's going on in Minneapolis in terms of actually they're slaughtering, executing, murdering Americans is top of all of our thoughts and concerns, we cannot forget these young women and maybe young men who were brutally abused and raped. And the fact is that the Oversight Committee needs to operate faster. They need to do things that are bolder. And they are ones that talked about doing inherent contempt, where they don't need a court to get involved, and to call her being Bondi or whatever out. They have some avenues here. And I'm not sure what they're doing because, maybe they're going to file a lawsuit. I don't know, or they're inherent contempt. But here's the thing, folks. We need to call them. Okay? We need to call the Democrats, at least as a start, on the committee and tell them what we want them to do. They need to get this done. They need to put pressure on them. They need to talk about this every goddamn day. And I understand, Minneapolis and the horror, but we can handle both. Okay? And that's what they need to know. We can handle both. As Americans, we can handle this. We can go forward and require more than one person, more than one part of the government to stand up. And so this idea that anybody at this point from the Democrats are operating as if there are norms. I don't ever want to see another fucking letter. Okay? I don't want to see another letter to Trump or whoever, or the DOJ, because it's meaningless. It's fucking meaningless. There is no truth in the United States government. The Trump administration is literally has no relationship to the truth. Nothing. And so to act like they do is absurd. So we need to get on the phone or send emails if they're your representative, because that's the only way they're going to let you send you an email. Now, my representatives aren't on the Oversight Committee. So that when I call, because I've done this before, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to call as an American citizen that does not have representation on the committee and that I want a voice. I want to be able to let them know how I feel. You need to do that too. Now, that list is of the Democrats is on my YouTube site. You go as a post, you can find it there. You can download it. It has all the numbers, all the names of the Democrats, as well as Thomas Massey's number, who seems to be the only Republican with half a conscience. Okay, so that's what we need to do, folks. We need to be able to fire on all cylinders, because my expectation is that this is not going to get better before it gets worse. And I know that some people don't want to post their opinions on social media because it may come back to haunt them. So be it. I'm in the party of I have got no more fucks to give. If they come after me, they come after me. And so be it. So be it. That's all I can say. And I think that a lot of us need to take that attitude up, because so be it, right? I'm a mom. I've got 2 kids. I have a wonderful husband, and I understand what's on the line. But for me, especially within my family, as a white woman and the rest of my family is Black, I feel I have an obligation to stand up. And if anybody in my family puts themselves in harm's way, it's going to be me. Now, again, this isn't about me. I'm just giving you my thoughts, what I think and how I think, because I know that other people have different kinds of circumstances. But folks, and I know you know this, and I know you agree with me, but all I'm going to say is please keep it up. Please talk. Call. It does make a difference. I don't care what anybody else says. It does make a difference, especially when hundreds, thousands of people call these representatives. Do it. And, and the last thing I'm going to say, because I'm trying to keep this a little shorter, and I don't think I probably have succeeded too much. But anyway, we have to, for those of us who are parents, we have to look at what we're leaving our children. And not only what we're leaving them, but what we're putting them through right now. If you don't think that kids don't grasp what's happening, you're naive. You're absolutely naive. And maybe some of you want to protect your kids. I don't do that. I talk to them. Because especially since they're Black, they're in harm's way. But, this is no time for the faint of heart. And I am going to continuously support your efforts and provide you whatever tools I can. And I hope that the next video I can do, hopefully tomorrow, will be a little bit more with some more facts and some other things about what is exactly happening within the government right now and what the Democrats are doing. But for the moment, please hold each other's hands. Get a hug from people and others that feel the way you do. You can see what's happening in Minneapolis and how small things are making a difference to people, and how the support of other people makes a huge difference. It's no different for you, for me. It's really important to create a team, a movement, and please join me. I mean, I know you're doing lots of other things, but I do hope you join me, because as I said, I have no fucks to give. I will call it as I see it. And for those of you who also call it as you see it, come on, let's do this. I want you to be part of what I'm doing. So I'm going to figure that out. I keep saying that, but a lot of shit's going on. But stay focused. And you know what? I love you. I love the people who are really willing to look at who we are and do something about it. Thanks.